Hey, good morning, Siouxland. So we did start off the day with cloudier and rainier weather as we saw a cold front and low pressure sliding through the area. But now we're starting to see hints of sunshine, especially as we're looking out in Sioux Center, Iowa from the Dordt University camera. You can see sky is beginning to lighten a little bit, and you can see shades of blue out there, but also strong winds as you can really see the rustle of these trees behind me. Temperatures in the Siouxland area now also warming up to the mid-60s for areas that are still seeing cloud coverage. But as you travel a little bit further to our west, you can see temperatures have begun to drop off actually into the 50s, definitely some cooler weather.
Well, let's check in with meteorologist Victor Perez. Victor, tell that moose and everyone else today is not the day to be outside. It's cold and windy out there.
Well, that moose is probably better prepared than we are with his shaggy coat. Shortly, and then just for a real quick round, we have continued to see multiple severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings issued across the Siouxland area. So you do want to be aware that right now we are still seeing a tornado warning issued in Ida, Plymouth, and Woodbury County. Do
you have an approximate location for where that wire is down on Highway 20?
That wire is down. I have it right here. It just says Highway 20 is blocked with a high wire across all lanes. They have not given me a location. It's been a very dry winter. I had a friend of mine actually complaining that he bought a snowblower so that he could finally this year not have to shovel snow himself, and he hasn't used it once. As this front continues to move further east, taking along those showers and clouds with it, we'll continue to see that until the early afternoon when we start to see increased clouds wrapping around with cold air being pushed in. So we'll actually see chances for snow as we go through the overnight period, continuing on, especially after midnight is when more scattered snow showers.
Wow, that is very inspiring.
Well, you're doing what you love, and what you're going to love is this weekend as well, because we're going to see rising temperatures across the area.
Have you ever played soccer?
I played it when I was like 5. My parents had me in a rec league. I wasn't good.
Right. Does every parent make their kid play soccer when they're 5?
And then today, as we're looking at forecast highs in the mid-60s, it's going to be a gorgeous day out there. So if by any chance you're already beginning some early holiday traveling and you're getting out there, it's going to be a great day to head out because we're going to see dry weather expected. And it's not going to be too bad as you're looking at the holiday week right now because we're expecting dry weather if you're sticking around local to the area. Even though it might look pretty nice outside with lots of sunshine, it's not going to be that case. As we're looking outside from Cherokee, Iowa, you can see lots of sunshine expected, and it is much nicer now because we don't have up to 30-mile-per-hour gusts like we were seeing yesterday, but we are seeing cold temperatures. So right now in Sioux City, we're dropping down into the single digits. You can see at 3 degrees with a northeast wind at 8 miles per hour, humidity value at 50%, and a dew point at 12 below. So much of the Siouxland area is dropping down, still single digits reported. You can see 6 degrees in Norfolk, 2 in Yankton, and as you look over to our northeast in northwestern Iowa, you can see that Spencer at 0 degrees and Estherville still reporting very cold at 5 below. So we're going to keep an eye on that as relative humidity values are in the 40 to 50 percentile, with much of Siouxland reporting dew points below 0 as we continue to see northern and northeastern flowing air flowing out there between 5 and 10 miles per hour. We do have some stronger winds situated closer to central Iowa and hugging by I-80 with 12-mile-per-hour winds in Omaha, in Audubon, and 15 in Carroll. So that's going to mean that wind chills across the Siouxland area are still reported below 0 all across the board. So you can see Wayne and Norfolk both feeling like 4 below, Sioux City feeling like 10 below, and then as you travel to the northeast, still some bitter cold temperatures as Spencer feels like 15 below, and then Estherville feels like 20 degrees below 0. They still have a wind chill advisory in effect until midday as we can see clear conditions here across the board in the Siouxland area. We started to see a little bit of cloud coverage right on the border of Nebraska and South Dakota, but that's not going to pan out to too much because that's just a little isolated system out there. What we're missing out on yet again is the second batch of winter storms that we see to our south and east, traveling along, covering much of eastern Missouri and southern and central parts of Illinois, extending through the whole state of Indiana actually and Ohio. So this is a comprehensive storm that actually has a very wide-reaching effect because you can see some winter storm warnings in effect across Illinois and Missouri, but as we take out a wider view, you can see this is running from Texas all the way through Oklahoma, Missouri, all the way through the eastern seaboard. You can see extending all the way from Texas up into Maine. So I believe the storm is covering about 2,000 miles or a little bit more. So a very comprehensive storm that we're seeing and missing out on yet again as we lack out on precipitation because the stormcast will show conditions remaining clear thanks to a high pressure system sitting over the area. You start to see some cloud coverage building up, and then as we take out a bit of a wider view, you can see the remnants of that storm through Friday morning, finally exiting out by the eastern seaboard by Maine at that point. And we'll see a little bit of cloud coverage trying to build up through the morning hours, but those clouds will remain outside and then just to the east as we continue to see clear conditions going forward and a sunny day heading into clear skies through Friday for another sunny day on Saturday. Daytime highs today will be in the teens with that northeast wind still between 5 to 10 miles per hour. It will shift to a more southern airflow, which will lead to warmer weather, but through the evening we'll be dropping down to single digits again, feeling a little bit cooler as the forecast lows across the area are now going to be positives for a lot of the Siouxland area. Unless you're out in northwestern Iowa where temperatures are still going to feel a little bit colder, you can see some 10s below, so wind chills will be down to 20 below again in those regions. Afterwards, the 9 on 9 shows 20s and then 50s on Saturday, but we see some ups and downs. So we go up and then down on Sunday, rising again with 40s expected on Monday, but by Tuesday already we're seeing temperatures rising up into the 50s yet again. So we are going to see a rather pleasant weekend, Mallory, and Saturday is looking really nice. You know, we're going to see sunshine and temperatures in the 50s, but it's going to be a little bit breezy as those big swings in temperature